Hello, welcome to the first installment of the Cliff Lockpicks lockpicking tutorial. Today we're going to talk about the parts of a lock. You can't really pick something if you don't really know what's going on the inside. So there's a few major parts. The major parts are the housing, the plug that goes inside the housing. This is the cam. It goes on the back of the plug, but it's behind the housing, so it actually works the mechanism inside the lock. And inside the housing, you will find these tiny little pins called key pins. They're often pointed on one side, and they go right in like that. And inside the housing, you will find driver pins that are not pointed on either side, and springs that push everything down. So, a pin stack, let me get this pin back out, will have a key pin, driver pin, and a spring inside one of the chambers. See, the housing has several chambers, and the plug has an equal number. They match. Now, how the lock actually works. So you have this key, and the key goes into the plug and turns the plug, which turns the cam, which works the actual lock mechanism, but there's no pins in it. So if you put a pin in it, let's see, see how it kind of goes right across the top there? If it were like that, this part of it would be inside the housing, but it's completely flush, so it turns the lock, because it makes a cylinder, and that holds the top pins, the driver pins, above the plug and the key pins in the plug, creating a shear line, which is the line on top of this and below this. When the shear line is perfect, it'll turn. See, if I won't turn, it will turn. I'll put all the pins in and show you how that works with an incorrect lock key. Give me a moment. So sorry it's taken so long. I dropped a pin. Alright, here we go. So this key only has 5 pins. See, if you count the spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's only 5 pins in this lock, even though it has 6 plug pin spaces. So anyway, if you look across the top, it's a flat line. But let's say I use a different key. We'll pull this key out, and we'll stick this key in it. If I stick this key in it, see, they look all right here, but if you look, there's notches that go down. Now in this instance, some of the driver pins will be down into the plug and won't turn. So to build a lock, you have to put the plug in, and then you put key pin or driver pins in. Whoops. Then springs. The springs keep everything lined up, and so when you remove the key, all the pins go down. Uh-oh, some of my springs are stuck together. Hold on. Alright. Then springs go in. Then in order to keep everything together, you slide this little cap on the top. There's different ways. Some locks have little discs that go in the top. This one just has this thing, which is difficult. Uh-oh, I bent it. That's no good. Can't really get around there, can I? Uh-oh. Anyway, that slides on. I'll just use my finger for now. Now the plug, it's keyed to this key. But remember, if I put this key in, it won't work because some of those driver pins are pushed down into the key pin. So, what we have to do with our lockpicks is make all of the key pins in this part and the driver pins in this part, and a line will be made right there. Anyway, we'll cover how to pick in the next video and how that works and what it does inside the lock. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.